Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. I got my latest return from the Direct program at TCG Player. I like to open these on video about every 6 months when I get one and just see what cards of mine that I submitted to the Direct program they rejected and see if we can figure out why. Now, most of the time when they send cards back to me, I look at the cards and I say, oh man, yeah, obviously they should have sent that back because that was garbage and it never should have flown. So let me make sure there's no personally identifying information here. Seller extra inventory, we'll go over this. Thank you for participating. Enclosed, you find your seller extra inventory return with a packing list detailing the cards included and how we condition them, as well as a cover sheet if we had to make additional changes. SEI consists of cards that did not match what was expected in your RIs. So differences in evaluations, set, printing, or extra cards. So if you send them too many copies of something, they will hold them and send them back. If you send them the wrong printing, the wrong variant, well, really, that's too many copies of a card. You shouldn't have sent them. And if you send them the correct card, but it is conditioned wrong, then they will also hold it. And you have to understand from their perspective, they don't want to have some kind of situation where, let's say you send them these extra cards and they say, oh, all of these are light play, not near mint. And then they just add them to your inventory, because then you could just abuse that. You could just send them 1,000 extra cards. They'd add them to your inventory and they would store them and then pick them when they sold. So they put it in this extra inventory that's set aside and return it to you after long enough. Let's see what we got here. So, created on 319, OG Exquisite Blade, foil etched, discrepancy reason condition. Okay, now, let's see what we got. So, it looks like I only got 3 cards here returned, which is not surprising. My error rate is somewhere around 1 in 1,000. 1 in 1,500, something like that. Okay, maybe it's miscut too far. Oh, yeah, there we go. Well, hold on. Can you see it? Can you see that tiny bit of white? It is the print dot. Yes, TCG Player says that if a print dot is visible, the card is damaged. And, it's neither right nor wrong, nor good nor bad. It is simply the rule they make, and if you want to play on their platform, you abide by those rules. So, yep, that's a tiny bit of a print dot right up there, man. Barely see it, but that makes it a damaged card. Okay, next up, Tavern Brawler foil etched. Are we going to be looking at the same thing? Yeah, same deal, print dot. Okay. So yeah, definitely those are good rejections. And what do we got here? Bane Lord of Darkness Showcase. Okay. Extra quantity. Okay, I sent in too many. And then for some reason there's Bane Lord of Darkness, and that is extra also. Okay, so 2 extras and 2 print dots. So really, these print dots, it's no use of trying to send these in again. The real problem when you get inventory back like this from them is that most of the time it just goes in the trash. Because if you're talking about 5 or 10 cent cards, figuring out where they should be filed in your physical inventory and then going on to the seller portal on the website, looking up the card and adding 1 additional copy to your digital inventory is simply not worth the time. I don't think any of these cards are expensive by any means, so maybe I'll just throw them in an extra box of cards or something. But, unless it's a decently, and I don't want to say high dollar, but unless it's a card worth, say, $1 or more, maybe $1 is the threshold, where, yeah, I'll take the couple of minutes it's going to take to refile this and relist it digitally. Unless it's like that, there have been a lot of these I've gotten back in the past that I just throw in the trash can next to my desk, and definitely these two, because, yeah, good old WotC quality, miscutting, like that. So, yeah, those are definitely unsellable. And how did I manage the same mechanical card to get extra inventory of both? What probably happened is, well, I don't know. I have a lot of speculation, and none of the theories seem good enough, and none of them seem more likely than any of the others. So if you sell in the direct program, you'll get these returns once in a while. Their policy is, I believe, every 180 days they'll send this to you, or they'll send it to you when you get a certain number of cards, or maybe it's a certain value of cards. I forget, they have a couple different thresholds, and of course, my error rate is very, very low in direct, and so I always have to wait the 180 days or whatever the time gate is rather than the quantity gate or the value gate. So seems pretty reasonable, good rejections, and we'll do it again in 6 months when they send me my next extra inventory return. Let me know what you think, guys. Thanks to everyone who makes this content possible, especially my very generous supporters on Patreon. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade.